Welcome, everyone. I know you want to speak English confidently and naturally. And today I'm going to show you 9 simple daily habits that will dramatically improve your English. Before we dive into the habits, let me tell you an important truth. Fluency is not about studying harder. It's about studying smarter. Many learners think they need to spend hours memorizing grammar rules, lists of words, or complicated phrases to become fluent. That's a big mistake. In reality, what really matters is consistency and the right approach. Even small daily actions, when done consistently, can lead to incredible progress over time. The secret is simple. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to study for 5 hours a day or attend expensive courses to improve. What you need are small, practical actions that you can do every day. These tiny habits, when repeated day after day, create a powerful chain reaction in your brain. They improve your vocabulary, pronunciation, listening skills, and most importantly, your confidence to speak English naturally. Think about it like this: learning English is like planting a tree. If you water it once in a while, it may grow slowly, or it may even wither. But if you water it a little every day, it will grow strong and healthy. These daily habits are the water for your English fluency. In this series, I want you to shift your mindset. Stop thinking that fluency is something you achieve overnight. Stop worrying about making mistakes or forgetting words. Fluency is a journey, and every small step you take adds up. By the end of this series, if you follow these habits, you will notice a transformation. Speaking English will feel more natural. Conversations won't feel intimidating anymore. You'll find yourself expressing ideas clearly, confidently, and without hesitation. So get ready to start your journey today. These 9 habits are simple, practical, and easy to apply. All you need is a little dedication, daily effort, and patience. Remember, English is not just a language. It's a skill that can open doors to new opportunities, new friendships, and even a new life. Let's get started. Habit 1. Read out loud every morning. Read out loud every morning. Yes, it's that simple, but incredibly effective. Take any book, article, blog post, or even a social media caption and read it aloud. It doesn't matter if it's just a few sentences or a short paragraph. What matters is that you do it every single day. Why is this habit so powerful? First, reading out loud trains your mouth, tongue, and vocal muscles to form English sounds naturally. When you silently read, your brain understands the words, but your mouth doesn't get the practice it needs. Speaking English is a physical skill as much as it is a mental one. By reading aloud, you're giving your mouth the training. It needs to pronounce words clearly and confidently. Second, reading out loud helps your brain process English in real time. Instead of just recognizing words on a page, you start connecting them with sounds, intonation, and rhythm. This trains your brain to think in English, which is a crucial step toward fluency. Over time, you'll notice that forming sentences and speaking spontaneously becomes much easier. Here's a simple routine to start. Every morning, pick a short passage and read it slowly at first. Focus on pronunciation, stress, and intonation, just like a native speaker. If you encounter a word you don't know, pause, check its meaning, and repeat it several times. Gradually, increase your speed as your confidence grows. You can even make this fun. Try reading dialogues from a story and act out the emotions. Pretend you're a character in a movie. This helps you practice not just pronunciation, but also natural expression, tone, and emotion in English. Remember, consistency is the key. Even just 10, 15 minutes every morning can make a huge difference over time. This habit will not only improve your speaking skills, but also boost your confidence. You'll start noticing that words flow more naturally when you speak, and sentences come out with less hesitation. So start tomorrow morning. Pick a passage, read it aloud, and make it a daily ritual. Your brain and mouth will thank you, and your English speaking will improve faster than you ever imagined. Habit 2. Label your surroundings. Label your surroundings. This is one of the simplest yet most effective habits for beginners, and it works like magic if done consistently. The idea is simple. Every object in your home, office, or study space should have an English label. Tables, chairs, fridge, mirror, door, everything. Why is this so powerful? The human brain learns best through repetition and visual cues. Every time you see an object and say its name in English, your brain forms a strong connection between the word and the object. Over time, recalling the word becomes automatic. When you are speaking English in real conversations, these words will pop up naturally, without hesitation or translating in your head. Here's how to start. Grab sticky notes or small pieces of paper and write the English name of each object. Stick them on the objects themselves. For example, place a note that says mirror on your mirror, refrigerator on your fridge, and so on. Whenever you walk past them, say the word out loud. Don't just read silently. Speaking aloud reinforces memory and pronunciation. You can also take this a step further by creating short sentences with the objects. For example, instead of just saying table, you can say, I put my laptop on the table, or the table is clean. This trains your brain to not only remember words, but also use them naturally in sentences. Second, expand this habit beyond your home. Label things in your bag, your workspace, or even items in your kitchen. The more exposure you have to words in context, the faster your vocabulary grows. The beauty of this habit is that it takes just a few minutes each day, but the impact is huge. It turns your environment into a mini English classroom without extra effort. Your brain constantly sees and hears English, and gradually speaking becomes effortless. Start today. Walk around your home, label the objects, and speak them aloud. Over time, this simple habit will give you a solid foundation of vocabulary and boost your confidence in speaking English naturally. Habit 3. Record yourself speaking. Record yourself speaking. This is one of the most effective ways to improve your English, especially if you want to gain confidence and notice real progress over time. All you need is your phone or any recording device. Spend 1-2 minutes talking about your day, your plans, or any simple topic. Then listen to the recording carefully. Why is this habit so powerful? Many learners practice English in their head, but rarely hear themselves speak aloud. By recording your voice, you catch mistakes that you might not notice otherwise. Pronunciation errors, grammar mistakes, or unnatural sentence flow. Once you identify them, you can actively work on improvement. Here's how to start. Choose a topic, anything simple, like my morning routine or what I ate today. Speak naturally without worrying about mistakes. Don't stop to correct yourself. The goal is to express yourself freely. After recording, play it back and listen critically. Identify words you pronounced incorrectly, sentences that sound awkward, or areas where you hesitated. Make a note of them and try recording again. Focusing on improvement. Another tip, compare your recordings over time. Save each recording in a folder. After a week or two, listen to old recordings and notice your progress. You'll be amazed at how much your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence improve. This is a tangible way to see growth, which keeps you motivated. You can also add fun exercises to this habit. Read a short paragraph and record yourself. Then compare it with a native speaker's audio. Try mimicking the tone, speed, and emotion of the speaker. Record short conversations with yourself, imagining a real-life scenario like ordering coffee or talking to a friend. Consistency is key. Even 5-10 minutes a day of recording and listening to yourself can make a huge difference. Over time, you'll notice words flow more naturally. Sentences sound smoother, and your confidence skyrockets. So start today. Pick a topic, hit record, speak freely, and listen carefully. Recording yourself is like having a personal teacher who shows exactly what to improve, helping you speak English confidently and naturally. Habit 4. Ask simple questions in English. Ask simple questions in English. This habit is a game changer for beginners who want to gain fluency and confidence. Many learners hesitate to speak because they are afraid of making mistakes, or they feel unsure how to form sentences. Asking questions, even simple ones, is a low-pressure way to practice forming sentences and speaking naturally. Why does this habit work so well? When you ask questions, your brain actively works to construct correct sentence structures, rather than just repeating memorized phrases. You are practicing English in real time, training your mind to think and communicate in the language. Over time, your brain becomes faster at forming sentences automatically, without translating from your native language. Here's how to get started. Begin with everyday simple questions. For example, what is this called? How do you do this? Where can I find this? Can you help me, please? These are practical questions you can use daily, and they help you start speaking English even if your vocabulary is limited. Don't worry if you don't know the answer. Just asking the question is enough practice. When someone responds, you can listen carefully, repeat their answer, and even try to make your own sentences from it. Another great technique is to ask yourself questions while doing daily activities. Imagine a conversation and ask questions out loud. What should I eat today? Which shirt should I wear? How do I get to the market? This trains your brain to think in English and form sentences naturally. Over time, you'll notice that asking questions becomes second nature, and your confidence in speaking increases. Small daily steps like this are more powerful than long study sessions. By asking simple questions regularly, you're practicing grammar, sentence formation, pronunciation, and listening all at once. So start today. Pick a few questions, ask them aloud to yourself or others, and notice how your speaking skills improve. These small habits will gradually build a strong foundation for confident, natural English conversations. Now that we've covered the first 4 habits, it's time to move on to the next set. Habits 5 to 9. These habits focus on building natural fluency, improving pronunciation, and training your brain to think in English. Each one may seem small, but together they create a powerful system that accelerates your speaking skills. Habit 5. Shadowing. This is a technique where you repeat after native speakers exactly as they speak. You mimic their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. For example, listen to a podcast, movie scene, or YouTube video, and try to speak at the same time as the speaker. Shadowing trains your mouth and ears simultaneously and helps you sound more natural and confident. Habit 6. Talking to yourself. Don't wait for someone else to practice English with. Describe your actions, narrate your day, or imagine conversations out loud. For instance, while cooking, you can say, "I am chopping onions. I will add some spices. The food smells amazing." Talking to yourself trains your brain to think in English and makes speaking feel natural. Habit 7. Listening to podcasts. Your ears need practice too. Listening daily to English podcasts, news, or audiobooks exposes you to real English conversations. Focus on the pronunciation, sentence flow, and rhythm. Over time, your brain starts recognizing words and phrases automatically, making it easier to respond naturally in conversations. Habit 8. Thinking in English. One of the biggest barriers to fluency is translating from your native language. Start thinking directly in English. Describe your surroundings. Plan your day in English or have an inner dialogue. The more you practice, the faster your brain will form sentences naturally, without hesitation. Habit 9. Expanding sentences. Beginners often speak in short, simple phrases. To sound fluent, practice adding details. For example, instead of saying, "I ate lunch," you can say, "I ate lunch at my favorite cafe. I had a sandwich and a cup of coffee. It was delicious." Adding details makes your speech more natural and confident. These 5 habits, shadowing, self-talk, listening, thinking in English, and expanding sentences, work together to train your mouth, ears, and brain. By practicing them daily, you'll notice a huge improvement in your fluency, confidence, and ability to speak naturally. Congratulations! You've learned the 9 powerful habits that can transform your English speaking skills. If you follow these habits daily, you will notice a natural and steady improvement in your fluency. But before you start practicing, let's take a moment to focus on something equally important: motivation and mindset. Learning English is not just about memorizing words, grammar, or phrases. It's about building confidence, developing a habit, and training your brain to think and speak in a new language. Many learners make the mistake of expecting overnight results. They try to cram, get frustrated, and give up when they don't see instant progress. Here's the truth. Fluency is a journey, not a race. It's the small, consistent daily actions that add up over time to produce real results. Think of your English journey like planting a tree. Each habit, reading aloud, labeling objects, asking questions, recording yourself, and practicing shadowing, is like watering that tree. One day, you'll step back and notice that your skills have grown tall, strong and natural. You'll be able to express yourself clearly, understand conversations effortlessly, and speak confidently without hesitation. Remember, mistakes are part of the process. Every time you make a mistake, you are learning. Every time you struggle to find a word, your brain is actively forming new connections. The key is to keep going. Speak every day, practice regularly, and surround yourself with English as much as possible. Set small, achievable goals. Celebrate your progress, no matter how tiny it seems. Even 10, 15 minutes a day of reading aloud, speaking, or listening can make a huge difference. Over weeks and months, these habits compound and transform your English naturally. So start today. Commit to these habits, be patient with yourself, and embrace the journey. Consistency, persistence, and practice are your true tools for success. Remember, fluency is not a distant dream. It's a habit, a mindset, and a lifestyle. Follow these habits, and soon you'll speak English confidently, naturally, and without fear. Your journey to fluency starts now.